Hello, you beautiful people, and welcome to the 12th episode of Panorama to UCL starring Dartford. A journeyman saved turned one club save, apparently, because I am just unable to leave this club that I've basically progressed through the Panorama South to Panorama National. I've signed some good youngsters. I'm looking forward to the future, even though the board just despises me. Despises me. They just refuse all requests that I make. So, without further ado, let's go into this episode. You'll see where we're standing in the league, and let me spoil that for you. We are the best team I've ever managed at this level thus far, and admittedly, it's the only team I've managed at this level so far, but it's an amazing run. I hope you'll enjoy it. So, see you in a bit. As I've stated in the intro, and sorry for clicking a random button on my keyboard, um, we are overperforming slightly. It's not really overperforming. I think the squad is just that great. I just didn't expect everyone to gel so quickly. We are in first place, 6 points off South Shields, and if we look at the league table, you can see our form is good. Um, South Shields is better based on their players. I don't think they are much better than ours, and I honestly think we have a much better squad. Now, we are in first place. We are fighting for that automatic promotion, which would be amazing, moving up the leagues so quickly after finally getting the promotion out of the Vanarama South. We are 6 points off South Shields, one game in hand, which we'll be doing today. It's actually the first game of television that we ever had at the team, and that in itself is amazing. That's why I wanted to come back for this game. It was announced a month and a half ago that it will be on television, and it will be amazing to finally be on the screen. So after the last game against Field, we have played 3 months of football almost. After today's game, it will be 3 months, where we've only lost one game against Barrow in the FA Cup first round in the replay. We've drawn we've drawn 2 games against Torquay and Bromley, and green all around. And to cap things off, a little bit of squad news because that's I think is necessary. We've brought in, where are you, my friend? This guy, Shaq Ford, considered or by my assistant the best player in the squad, and I kind of agree with him. We signed him as a replacement for Foyo, and I think he's so much better than Foyo as an inside forward. A more detailed comparison for the role is on the screen, and yep, he is a huge improvement in every area possible as an inside forward that would be interested in. So because of that, I think I'm bringing him back to the fold. Um, no, he's still injured. He had a pull knee ligaments, and I don't want to risk him getting injured again. So he'll be sitting this one out, I think. Foyo is a suitable replacement. 10 goals, 5 assists in 23 games. That's amazing. So, without further ado, let's just see how we've been playing. We've actually won against South Shields away from home in a game that we absolutely dominated. I didn't know what to think going into the game because I think our team is much better than theirs. But much better than theirs. It is better than theirs. A very good free kick from Carson. Then they pegged us back from this occasion where Johnson was just an idiot trying to make that tackle. He didn't. We pegged them back in the second half. Wonderful goal from Essen, actually, who off the bar, it was an amazing goal. of the post actually. Sorry, Johnson then again crosses it for an own goal. But I think we should credit Johnson with the assist, honorary assist at least. So we've won this game 3-1, except their goal. They didn't have any notable highlights. So that for me was amazing moving forward. 3-1 win against our greatest rivals was amazing. We then played against Aldershot. 1-0 victory, Billy Hips with a goal. Billy Ricky in the FA Cup fourth qualifying round. We've played a rotated squad. Giles and Collins with the goals, which saw us move forward to the first round. Against Chelmsford, we just battered them. 3-1. They didn't do anything. They didn't create anything. It was a lucky goal from their part. Luther, Shaq, and Aribim with the goals. Aribim, Pepal. Against Bromley, 1-1 draw. We should have won that game. We did not win the game. We did not win the game. No biggie. It was okay. It was a draw. That's 1 point on the board. Luther with the goal. 3-1 against Yeovil. I was expecting a much closer game than this one, but we absolutely demolished them. Essen, Pepple, and Ford with goals. Ford scores again in the first game against Barrow, away from home, a 1-1 draw, which saw us go down a goal. We played a rotated squad, and they kind of dominated this rotated squad. I don't think Barrow's squad is necessarily better than us. They just. But playing a rotated squad meant that uh, my team was weakened, and you could really see that. Then again, in the Vanarama National against Kidderminster, 5-1 win. Two goals from Peppel, one goal from Essen, one goal from Hips, and one from Tasker. Amazing from a penalty, admittedly. Crawley, 5-1 win away from home. That is an immense win, an amazing win. We saw Carson get injured. He just got his second injury this season, keeping him out from the first team for 4 to 5 weeks or 3 to 4 weeks. I don't really recall. Peppel missed a penalty here, but scored 2 goals, so I'm not gonna be harsh on him. Admittedly, one of his goals was from the penalty spot. Foyo came in for Luther and scored a goal. That was amazing. 4-0 win against Halifax. Nice to see a clean sheet on the board. We don't usually get clean sheets because we play this very attacking brand of football, which invites counterattacks, invites attacks from other teams, and our defense is really not that great. We are looking at another center back to replace Tasker, but none that I could find yet really fit our squad. So keep that in mind. Against Barrow in the replay, we actually lost 2-1. Again, I rotated the squad because we had another important game in 3 days, so I couldn't afford to field a first team. Basically, the first team. It was a nice performance from the guys. On another day, I feel like we could have won it. We could have won it. Stevens missed 3 sitters, I think, in this game. Things happen. Boreham Wood, 2-1 win. Hips and Luther with the goals. Very good to see Luther getting on the score sheet much more often during this run of play. It was amazing. Then away from home against Blyth, 6-3, thriller. 9 goals in this game. Amazing game, amazing attacking display from both teams. We were just more clinical than them. Ford 2 goals, Foyo hat trick. Actually, Ford had a chance to score a hat trick, but again he missed a sitter. So, and good to see Chris Giles or Giles. Please let me know in the comments how do you pronounce this guy's name. I cannot pronounce it for the love of me. In the 91st minute, he's young, he's improving. I think he can be amazing for this squad. So I'm really looking forward to him improving. I think he can be amazing for the squad. He's very fast. He has good finishing, good dribbling, good first touch, very good off the ball, and you could really see that. So in December we started against Salisbury in the FA Trophy. We won 2-1. Thanks to a Foyo brace. Foyo has been very good for us thus far. We rotated the squad heavily, so seeing a rotated squad Win against Salisbury was honestly expected of our team. Salisbury are in the Vanarama National South. They're in 24th. I was expecting a much clearer win, but I'll take this every day. Then with the full squad, with the full strength squad, we played against Oldham in the league. 3-1 win. Essen, Ford, and Luther on the score sheet. Essen has been fairly poor, or poor, not really non-existent. He assisted a couple of goals. He saw a transition into a more creative role. I don't know why. I don't know what happened to him. It's good he finally got on the score sheet. 1-1 draw against Turkey was horrible because I think we played better than them, but only marginally. They were good. They were good. They were unexpectedly good. And yeah, 1-1 draw. I'm not too affected by it. I think we can afford a few draws and maybe a loss or two right now. Then we played against Barnet. 2-0 win, amazing performance. Peppel and Dessen on the score sheet. Amazing, amazing players. Played Gales again, or Jails. I don't know how to pronounce that shit. And Wharton just for fitness. Basically, I think my right back was injured. Johnston was injured or suspended, and on the right, Ford is injured at the moment. Our latest game was against Solihull Moors. 2-0 win, very good performance. Luther and Pepper with the goals. Once again, Foyo comes in this time around. Plays poorly, but we got the win. We got the 2-0 win. It was an amazing performance from the guys. We bettered them. They didn't have any massive or big chances in the game. Carson is one of our best players. So let's look at the squad and the form of the players. So the defense is a little better. Actually, Papaya is playing poorer than before. Tasker is playing better than before. I can trust him again. I think he's been much more consistent in this since the last episode. Travis Johnson again, very good player, 11 assists, 1 goal to his name, very good. Adai needs no introduction. He's very good. He saved us in a couple of games. A couple of those wins would have been draws or losses had he not stepped up. Carson is just amazing for us. Interceptions, tackles, passes, everything he does is amazing. He is, I think, one of the best signings I've made this season. Hips has been good uh, recently, and since the last episode, he really stepped up, really showed us what he's about. 4 goals, 4 assists, pretty decent, if I may say so myself. Good average rating in the last 5 games. He's really stepped up, and I like that. Reed has been poor. Reed is one position that I'm thinking of improvement. Reed and Tusker really aren't on on a good enough level for me to consider them as nailed on starters. So I'm potentially looking to bringing in some replacements should I afford or find any suitable ones. Now, uh, Foyo has been playing nicely. He After the addition of Ford, he saw himself more of a rotational option of sorts. But when he's come in, he actually played very well. He also started as a deep lying forward for a couple of games, and I think he played well there as well. His hat trick, actually, that you've seen, was from that role. Luther has stepped up his game recently. If you remember the last episode, I was pretty disappointed in his performances. I really thought he wasn't really playing to his ability, to his speed, but he's now starting to actually put in very good performances, find that space that he needs to actually score goals, and to be honest, he's been all in all just improving a lot. Maybe he's not the most amazing player, but he is super fast. That's the reason he's playing. Pepple, as always, very good player, super amazing. Recently, though, he hasn't really played that well. I mean, played that well. He regularly scores and assists, I guess, but Since his injury, he dropped off a little bit. I'm just looking at him to just come back to his form before the injury. And Essen doing Essen stuff. He had a patchy run of form, but ever since then he's been consistently playing good, putting in very good passes and crosses. Maybe missing a little more chances than I would like, but all in all, he is a very good player for us and a crucial one at that. His pace, his ability to finish, his dribbling are amazing. And to be honest, I was also impressed by his passing. He can craft some crazy ass passing. So, with that in mind, actually the best player that we have, and I kind of agree, his form, his average rating, his stats indicate that. Ford single-handedly wins us games. He's that amazing of a player. I think his ability is the best in the squad. I think as an inside forward, he is just sublime. Even as an advanced forward, he could be just amazing. I really love this guy. I'm paying him 1.2 thousand per week. It's big money for us, but he is well deserved. He actually had one start, one appearance of the bench, actually, sorry, in the championship. So, I mean, what more can you ask from him? What more can you ask for him? He was released by Watford. I don't care who released him. They made a huge mistake. I honestly think he would be a pretty decent rotational option in the championship. They say he is a good player for most Skybet League One sides. Actually, we tried to sign this guy since the summer, but his wage demands at first were somewhere around 4,000 per week. Then gradually came down until I could finally negotiate 1.2k per week. Of course, with bonuses. With huge bonuses, international cap bonus of 700. He's never gonna be playing for England. I mean, no way. Hopefully Barbados don't call him up because then I'd have to answer to the board for basically wasting their money away. But he is the honorable mention that's on the bench. Other than that, no one really impressed. I mean, Gills has started to put in some very good performances. We've loaned out Isaac McDougall. He's played 27 games thus far. Very good appearances, but I don't think he is improving at the rate that I wanted him to improve. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he will be proving me wrong. I'm hoping for that. Ashdown is doing fairly well on his loan assignment. Not the craziest improvements, if I say so myself, but whatever. I've also loaned out Collins as a important player for a Vanarama North side in Leamington. He is not really putting in the performances I was hoping for, but he's at least improving, and that's the most important thing about him. Now, you can see here I've managed to sell Francis. He's joining Dagenham and Redbridge in Sky League 2. They are in a relegation battle, and I think they will get relegated eventually. It made sense. It's 10k, and I'm saving a lot of wages. That's my main concern. Bogdan Marian is joining Minau Bayamare. That's how you pronounce that, I know. For 2.5k. It's alright. He's on too high wages for his role in the team. He has no potential left. He will never reach even the little potential he has. So it made sense just to get rid of him. Stevens, I couldn't find a club for him. I've hired an intermediary. It hasn't worked thus far, which is sad. Maloney, I couldn't sell, so he wants to leave actually. So he is super eager to leave. And I've also found an intermediary for him. And apparently there is interest. Dulwich Hamlet would want him. Maybe I could just give him out for free just to free up this 700 per week wage. So in total, I could be freeing up 1.35. That would help us massively. We are currently short of 300,000 in overall balance. I think After this game, we will actually be scoring a profit this month because it's a television game. We get television money, maybe some merchandise money. But honestly, we've been making a huge profit this season around, short of 200,000, and that's amazing because last season we lost money. This season we are recouping that loss. We are improving our finances, and moving forward, the financial prediction should be all right. I think. Let's actually say the projection, not prediction, projection. The projection actually is super bad, but I don't trust this. I don't think we will be in the red. I just don't. Sadly, we don't have prize money. In the youth team, nobody stands out. Maybe this guy, Bradley Lennon, but I just cannot find uh, a role or position in the current team that I can play him in. That's the saddest thing. I'll probably be loaning him. Once he turns 17, I'll be loaning him out. Just to see if anybody would be interested on playing him on a regular basis. They say he is operating at Panorama North South level. I'm hoping so. Maybe I can find a club who's willing to take him in and just play his trade there. But I think that's enough for the squad for the time being. If I missed out on anything, just let me know in the comments. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe you want more information about anything else. I've also signed more staff. We have fully stacked staff assembled at squad. A little, some of the players are a little tired, but I'm gonna be chancing them because the next game will be in 5 days, so they will have plenty of time to rest. So let's go into today's game. Let's save the game. Okay, without further ado, let's go into the game. Hopefully, it will be a good one. We'll be seeing, we'll be scoring another win on the board. It might be necessary at this point to just win everything we can. The only issue I have is that Ford has been so great for us that I fear we've come to over rely on his high ability compared to the other inside forward in Luther or Foyo. And we have started this game very nicely. Carson long ball to Essen. Can you score S? I mean, I don't know what Essen trying to do there. He should have shot that. I hope that wasn't a shot, to be fair, and it's a penalty. Another thing this season around, I don't know if it's only my case, but we've had tons of penalties. That helped and inflated Peppel's overall score, goal scored, overall goal scoring. Yeah, that's the word. But we've had tons of penalties, and I don't really know why. I'm not gonna show the replay for a penalty goal. I mean, it's a fucking pen. You're really supposed to be scoring those, especially if you're a striker with Peppel's pedigree. I think the thing about Peppels, he has poorer technicals than other strikers, but his physicals are super well rounded and his mentals are just amazing for this level. I think this is actually where he shines. He has some nasty physicals and some immense mentals. And well, nothing is happening in the game. I mean, most of my 3 of my players are super tired. Maybe that has to do with why the game has been so quiet. I mean, they're on the counter now. Of course, he scores that, and it's not offside. I mean, let's step it up, lads. We've been much better than them in this game. I don't know what happened there without counter, but it really was a great goal for them. But stupid on our part, I guess. Carson Luther misses that. I mean, oh, Foyo, can you do something magical? You cannot, of course. I mean, people put in a decent ball in, just nobody was there, and Pepper is so tired and fairly slow. Let's bring in Wharton for Johnson, who's super tired. Let's bring Aronis for Hips. Aronis takes crazy shots sometimes, and I really think he would actually be scoring those because usually he's the post or He's the post or the keeper parries those, but he usually hits the target with long shots, even though he has 8 in long shots. So hopefully he will get that one goal that he's craving. I'm switching the play a little bit and moving Aronis and Reed around, so I can allow Luis to play a false nine role and drop a little deeper, allowing Foyo more space in the attack. And I'm playing Reed at the same line as him, so that actually Luis has space to fall back into and start the attacking phase a little deeper. It works in theory, it just didn't work thus far in practice. No, not as wide, but very direct and long kicks. Right, I think that should do. And another instruction, low crosses, because our attacking talent is super. Nah, we've drawn the game. It was a pretty poor game, to be fair. We had a lot of shots, 6 shots on target, XG of 1.5. We just couldn't find that second goal. That's the issue. I mean, it was a decent game of football, don't get me wrong, but right, Essen was poor in that. Would be successful, I'm embarrassed. It was shameful. We were on television. I mean, we should have done better. We were much better than them, that's the thing. So we weren't really outperformed. I think we struggled without Ford, kind of. Okay, let's rest the players for a little bit. At least 2 days of rest should be enough for this game against Tamworth. Let's do the Tamworth game as well. I think that might be interesting to see. Just have a double header today, uh, mainly because the one against how you call him, um, don't like any of these guys. The one against South Southend. Holy shit, is it Southend? Yeah, Southend was so fucking poor, and I don't think it makes for good content. Okay, let's just have my general manager negotiate these contracts. I really cannot afford to lose my stuff next year. Dartford, nobody's good from the youth team. Let's continue. Oh, actually, another thing that we can look into, the youth candidates. It's a very poor projection for the youth intake, so I'm not even gonna care about that. I usually don't show my youth intakes at the moment because they are all fairly poor. I'm still waiting for that superstar to come in, but it's really not looking likely at the moment, which is kind of saddening, but at the same time, it is to be expected from a team of this size and facilities, because the facilities are poor, super poor even. So, 4,000 loss apparently. We are still very good financially. That's good. Um, Apaya doesn't want to sign an extension, which is saddening. Selling him made sense because he was a fringe option and who wasn't playing. I kind of agree. I think he is, in fact, super poor compared to the other options that we have. He played well for us, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, Pepoli is amazing technically. He's not taking a lot of shots and he is not actually hitting the target, but he is very good. He is very good, don't get me wrong. This guy wants huge money. I would love to sign him, to be fair. I mean, I know him from his time at the Rangers, and he was a phenomenal talent for them. But should I be paying that much? That's my biggest concern. As an advanced forward, he could be good. He's super speedy. I mean, he is super speedy. That's true. I'm thinking. What if I mean, as an advanced forward, I think he's better than Essen, isn't he? That's the thing, and his composure is good. Or Essen, I don't know. I still don't know how to pronounce that. Right, let's try and sign him for. He won't be joining me, so I'm certain he won't be joining me, but it's worth just trying to pick him up. 1.3 is the best I can do, my friend. If you don't want that, nothing else that I can say will make you change your mind, I guess. Let's start like this. I think the issue is that he has an agent. So, whenever a player has an agent, it's pretty clear he won't be signing for me. Agents are the bane of this game, or at least of my save. At least of my save. Every player that has an agent won't sign with me. That's my biggest problem at the moment. I mean, I'm offering him quite a huge amount of bonuses. I cannot allow you anymore. Sorry, mate. I'd love you, my friend, but I cannot really allow you to just be the highest earning player, and I don't even think that you'd be such a huge improvement over the attacking position. Surely he'll be better than Essen, that's for certain. But I think we can find better options out there come the end of the season. For now, I'm fairly content with Essen. Okay, full fitness for everyone. Shock Ford can play. Actually, this is a suggestion, so it's not really nailed on. But he is projected to be able to play 75 minutes. I think he can play the whole game. I still have this issue with just saving the game before every game, saving the game before every match I have. I think 2 or 3 iterations ago. So not on FM23, on FM22, I had such a poor PC before I managed to scrap enough money to upgrade it massively, and my processor actually was so piss poor that it would just go haywire when playing FM, and it would just randomly crash during games. And okay, Pepper scored. Let's go. Pebble. I'm throwing pebbles at a lake. Don't mind me. I'm throwing pebbles at the lake. But basically, the thing is, my game usually froze, and it was super frustrating just to go through all the games because I didn't have autosave back then. I had autosave actually set up every 2 weeks, and sometimes it would be a hard game because I was playing smaller teams like Rangers or Fenerbahce. And in the European competitions, Pebble, Pebble, Pebble is a boss. I mean, very good pass from the keeper, his first assist of the season, and so poor defending from Tamworth. Holy shit! This is how we've been playing the whole season, so you can see why we are in first. We are just amazing. I mean, this team is amazing. I don't know what's going on with the team. But basically, continuing my story, you see where the story goes. I had to replay all these European games, and there was one time when I actually let me remember what it was. I won the Europa League as Fenerbahce, based in Turkey, against fucking Manchester United. It's offside. That's why I didn't stop the story. So I played Manchester United, beat them 2-0 in the Europa League final. The game crashed. I think 3 days after that, and I also had to play a Turkish Cup final beforehand. I think it was a Turkish Cup final, and well, I won the Turkish Cup final. That's true, but I lost the second game against Manchester United. Again, closely. I think it was a 2-1 for them or something like that. But still, it was super sad to see because I won, and I wanted to go get right back into the game, but I had to just do that bullshit end of the season stuff. Uh, I had a lot of people scouted during that time. I had to set that up again, and it usually takes a lot of time. And I said, no, I'm saving before every game. And I've done that for so long that it's just normality for me. Essen scores. I mean, there you go, my dear friend Essen. Amazing goal. I mean, I don't know. It feels like a lot of my strikers this season are playing more with their backs on the goal, but they can turn around and score that. I think he's a massive improvement over Stevens. I mean, they didn't even have a shot on target, and they're not a bad team. They are actually challenging for playoffs, so they're not a bad team by any means. I think we're just that good. That's the thing. A rare possession advantage for us. Usually we don't get that as we play this more direct attacking brand of football, and we don't really get that possession advantage. Amazing goal from Essen. I think 2 goals Essen, 2 goals Pepple, and Pepple also has 1 assist here. Amazing stuff from the guys. Holy shit. So sorry, I thought this game would be much shorter. But anyways, I'll just edit the video either way, so it will be actually shorter. I have recorded somewhere around 40 minutes until now. Probably the edited version would be 30 something. I think I have to cut at least 10 minutes out of the video. Maybe more. I don't think we'll be cutting more of it, but we'll see. Maybe the maybe I'll cut the in between the games stuff. Though it was important to be fair, but sometimes you have to make sacrifices. And a hat trick for Pepper, right? 5-0, holy shit. Again, I want to stress that out. Tamworth are playoff challengers, and we are battering them. Don't quote me on that, but I have a sneaky suspicion that was offside. Marginally, but it was kind of offside, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. It was super close, so it might not have been. And I'm just a hater. I'm a hater of my own squad. I mean, this is the level that we are at. Holy shit, everybody is playing amazingly. I mean, this means I have to. Uh, let's bring on 2 youngsters. Um, let's bring on Burrell for Tasker. And let's bring on either Wharton or Giles. I think I'm bringing on Giles for Luther, who's had a quiet game. And usually, when I did that the last time, Luther scored. So maybe it's a wake up call for him. I mean, beautiful goal for them. Poor defending on our part, but beautiful goal. 7 points of South Shields. They're winning, right? I think they're winning. But I don't really care at this point. I think we're gonna be winning the league. We're still playing very good football. We're ahead by 7 points, and I think we still have one game in hand. It's really, it's clearly, it's clearly an amazing position that we are in, and it will be hard to bottle the season from here. But you never know. Just don't fall him, Burrell. Okay, nice tackle actually. I was not expecting that. It's not offside, but it's also not gonna be scoring that. It's not gonna go in. Yeah, that's what they meant. Oh, they've got equalized by Boss Man. Your boss man. So it's not 7 points right now. It should be. They should be on 59, right? I mean, they should be on 59, I guess. 5-1. We had a lot of 5-1s this season around. I don't know what's happening. Is the result my whole squad loves, I guess. So, thank you all for joining today. You are amazing. You're the reason I make content. I make content for you, and seeing you turn out to my videos is just amazing. Seeing your views here is crucial to me. And just leave me suggestions for improvement or what you like about the save, what you don't like about the save in the comments. I'll be sure to read them all. And if you like the video, just like and subscribe. And necessarily leave also a comment. It helps the YouTube algorithm a lot, and it helps me as a creator to just try and create more content and become better at this. Because right now I'm pretty piss poor. I'm just starting out. Any help is very much appreciated. So thank you once again. Love you guys. You are amazing.